According to traditional theory, an executive must have intimate and direct contact with his subordinates, which will lead to the effective coordination within an organization, and that is the base of the concept of span of control, which is also a principle of organization that we will discuss in this video. Now, the span of control is the number of subordinates or the units of work that an officer can personally direct, control, and supervise effectively. The span of control is also known as span of attention, span of supervision, and span of span of management. According to Dimock and Dimock, it is the number and range of direct habitual communications contact between the chief executive of an enterprise and his principal fellow officers. The concept of span of control is inversely proportional to the concept of hierarchy. Now, to understand this principle, let's take an example of two states, that is state A and state B. Let's take the example of the police administration. Let's assume that the two states have two different IGs, that is the Inspector General of Police, and they both have to supervise 20 subordinates. If the Inspector General of Police of state A has the capacity to supervise only 2 subordinates, and if the Inspector General of Police of state B has the capacity to supervise 5 subordinates, then what will be its effect on the hierarchical structure of an organization? So, if the Inspector General of Police of state A can supervise only 2 subordinates, then the hierarchical structure will become, then it will supervise 2 DIGs, then the 2 DIGs will supervise 5 SPs, that is the Superintendent of Police, and these 5 SPs will supervise 12 Deputy Superintendent of Police. So this will be the hierarchical structure of state A. Now, the Inspector General of Police of state B can supervise 5 subordinates, that is, he will supervise 5 DIGs. Then the 5 DIGs will supervise 14 Superintendent of Police, and the 20 subordinates will be completed. So we can see that if the span of control, if the capacity of the person, that if the span of control is more, then it will lead to a less hierarchical structure or the flat hierarchical structure. If the span of control is less, then it will lead to a tall hierarchical structure, and that is the relationship of span of control with the hierarchy.